Upgrade anytime at Prairie Mobile, your SaskTel authorized dealer.
Well, Boston Leier coming over from Medicine Hat. What do you think he adds to this team?
Well, he adds a veteran presence for sure. He had over 50 points last year, and in watching some of the games that he played against us, he's a real good power play player. He's a hard worker. He plays his game with a lot of structure, and right now we've been playing games very competitively, but we're struggling to score. And I think anytime you could add a veteran guy who's got a scoring touch, it's certainly going to help us.
I think when we talked after you reassigned the two 20-year-olds, you said it needed to be a perfect fit if you're going to add another overager. So I imagine you're pretty happy with this guy and thinks he fits in well here.
For sure. He's a Saskatchewan kid. He's got some history with Chandler, Stephenson, growing up and playing minor hockey and AAA midget. So, certainly that chemistry we're hoping can rekindle here, especially on our power play, which is struggling a little bit lately. He's a good power play player, and by all accounts, the reports that I've got are he's a real good team guy. So we're expecting him to fit in right away and add some scoring punch.
Well, team's added an overager in Boston Leier, a guy that you know from your younger days. What do you think about this acquirement for your club?
He's going to be a huge part of our team now, and he's played big minutes and done big things in Med Hat. So we're happy to have him on our team, and he has all the assets to a good player. You can kill penalties, you can score, you can play the power play, you can do everything, so he's going to be a good fit.
Do you think he would be a good addition to you and Morgan there on that top line if the coaching staff decides to put him there?
Yeah, definitely. He has that grit and the hard work. He's a great player, and he's going to be good. He's 20, he's experienced, so I think he'll fit in real well.
Well, Chad, you pick up a 20-year-old in Boston Leier from Medicine Hat yesterday. What went into picking him up, and maybe why do you think what he brings to this team?
Well, you know what, it's been a process. We had conversations with Sean and the Tigers, well before, even training camp. We needed things to sort out there, and then when things did, we were able to work out a deal. And what we're getting a kid that we think he can play up and down in our lineup. No question, he's going to add another dimension to our special teams, but he's a real tenacious player. He's been a leader on their team for the past couple of years, so we think that leadership as well will be very beneficial to our hockey club.
You sent a second-round pick back the other way. Are you okay with that price? I'm not really an expert on that, but are you okay with the second-rounder for him?
When it comes out as a second-round pick, I know everybody's thinks it's a real high pick, and it is a high pick, but I think when you look at the league and what 20-year-olds are going for, you can go back to Moose Jaw made the deal in the offseason for Fiddler was a third-round pick, and Red Deer gave up a third-round pick plus an additional pick and a prospect to get Sutter, and you look at what Edmonton did just the other day in Petrick was a third and a sixth. So the one thing we wanted to do is to be able to add what we think a player that is an impact guy to our lineup, but we didn't take anybody out of our roster. We didn't affect the next 2 years' drafts. And, it's not a secret we're trying to build with that group and with that 95, 96, 97 group, and it's important to have another strong draft with the 99 age group to follow up at 98. So we thought it worked. It's 3 years down the road. It'll allow us to try to recoup that pick in the next couple of years, and at the same time add a guy that we believe can be a 25 goal scorer in our lineup.
The fact that this team's had some trouble on offensively, at least on the road in those last few games, did that help this decision, or were you, as soon as Medicine Hat had too many overages, knew that you wanted to go with that?
Well, it was one of the things we wanted to address in the offseason. I think when you looked at our hockey club last year and the number of one-goal games we lost, we knew it was a challenge for us to score last year. When you lose a player like Lane Scheidel that put up significant numbers for us last year, it was trying to replace that. And, with a healthy Chandler, Stephenson, we think, we'll close the gap a bit there, as well as, Klimchuk. And, we need everybody to be able to step up and contribute more and provide some secondary scoring. But, Lear's proven, right from midget on, that he's capable of producing. Not only scoring, but I think he's got tremendous playmaking ability, and I think he makes guys around him better. So, when we went into the season, we identified potential 20-year-olds that could come available. Like I said, we had that conversations with Medicine Hat prior to training camp, and once things sorted out there and he was available, then we aggressively went and got him.